Yes, it's showing recording. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So actually, Spring Framework. This is alternative of EJB. EJB means Enterprise Java. So before Spring, we use EJB, but currently we are using Spring Framework. Okay, so what are the difference between EJB and Spring Framework? Actually, EJB is a heavyweight and Spring is a lightweight. EJB is a loosely coupled. Sorry. And if you want to execute EJB, we have need of application server. Without application server, we cannot execute EJB. But if you want to use Spring, so if you have jar file, only jar files, we can execute the all program, desktop or web, any types of program, any types of application, we can execute uh, the Spring framework. Okay, so first thing is heavyweight. Heavyweight, actually, EJB is not a thread, but Spring is a thread because that is a lightweight, tightly coupled and loosely coupled. What is the meaning of this? So we can try it. So that is the difference between EJB and Spring. Currently, we are using Spring. Spring is a lightweight and heavy. EJB is a heavyweight. Means Spring is a thread and EJB is a process. If we want to execute EJB program, so we have need application server. Without application server, we cannot execute AJB application. But if you want to use Spring, if you have only jar files, we can execute the Spring application. The most important thing is Spring is a loosely coupled and GJB is a tightly coupled. What is the meaning of this? Actually, suppose we have a class and this class have a method. We have a class and this class has a method public void wish. Suppose we want to call this method. So first of all, we have need a object of this class. Okay. So then we have need to execute this method. So first of all, we will create a class like this. Static void name string So we want to call which method. So first of all, we will create the object of birthday class. That is the whole procedure of calling a method, like which method. Okay, first of all, we will create the object of that class. After that, we will call this method. Okay, so here, if you want to execute this method, so first of all, we will execute this class. Okay, when this method, this class will execute, we can call this method. So this class is fully depend on this class. When it will execute, we can call this method. Otherwise, we cannot call this method. So that is a dependency. This class is fully depend on this class. We cannot execute only this class. So Java provides the solution of this problem. According to Java, when we will create the object of any class, so we create a dependency. So at the place of this, Spring provides us the object of any class. We have not need to create any object in Spring. Okay, Spring provides us the object of all model class. Any class, you can create a class and Spring provides us the object of that class. Okay, and after that we can execute it. So loosely coupled means uh, through the Spring, we trying to remove the dependency in programming code. For this purpose, we use IOC and DI. IOC and DI both are design pattern. And IOC means inversion of control. And DI, dependency injection. Spelling mistake. Injection. Okay. So inversion of control. What's the meaning of this? That's for that word inversion meant by that is a form with help of inverse. First means revert. So actually, with the help of IOC, Spring revert the right of control of user. Like suppose we are creating object of any class, we can perform inheritance, we can input the values in the object properties. But with the help of IOC, Spring remove this control from the user. Means Spring create the object, Spring assemble the object, and Spring configure the object with the help of IOC. Means we have not need to create the object of any class. Uh, Spring provides object of any Spring class, any model class. Okay, if you want to set the values of a Spring, the properties of any class, so it will perform by Spring. If we want to perform inheritance, we were to perform aggregation, all operation, Spring will perform. We have not need to perform any operation. Okay, so I suppose here we are only depend for this object. So this object, Spring will provide us, and we can only we can call this method, and we can call it. We can when we have requirement, we can call this method. Okay. Second is dependency. Suppose we want to set the values. in the programming code, in the properties of object. So we can use DI, inject the dependencies in a object of properties. Okay, like suppose there are multiple fields. So you want to set the value. So we have option. We can setter method. We can use setter method. We can use constructor. So same as DI, remove the dependency and make your programming as a loosely coupled with the help of setter method or constructor. So DI is also a design pattern and it removes the dependency of our programming code and inject the dependency in the object of a model and make your programming code as a loosely coupled with the help of setter and constructor. Okay, we can use any setter method or constructor. So if you want to use, Spring, so we have only jar file of Spring, we can use this because Java does not provide us Spring program. This is third-party uh, software. Means Rod Johnson developed this Spring framework, and they upload in internet, and we can uh, download from the internet, and we can use easily. Okay, but here we have needed if you want to execute any Spring framework, so we have need a correct jar file from the internet. I think you know, suppose you want to download a movie. So if you want to search a correct website, so it is very tough. I think so. Actually, I can't download any movie from the internet. So I think each and every person face this types of problem. So if you want to download a correct jar file for Spring, it is very tough from internet. So for this purpose, we have another option, Maven, Gradle, and these are project build tool. With the help of these tools, we can develop any project. Okay. So here, suppose we are using Maven. So we have not need to download any jar file. If Maven have requirement of any jar file, it will automatically download from the internet as per its requirement. We have not need to download any correct jar file from the internet. We have not need to search the correct jar file from the internet. Maven or Gradle, and these are the project build tools. Mostly we use Java developer use Maven. Okay, so if you are using Maven, so if you have need of any jar file, Maven download the jar file from the internet. So if you are using Maven, so must be remember that your internet is working proper. Should be working proper. Okay, because when it's have requirement of any jar file, it will automatically download from the internet. We have not need to download any jar file. At the place of jar file, we will add the dependencies. Okay, so suppose that we want to use a Spring, so we will only add the dependency from the internet. If we want to use Oracle, so we add only the dependency of Oracle and we can use it. So we can only add the dependency of a particular application, and as per need, Maven automatically download from the internet as a required jar file. Okay, so how to use it? So now we are going to create a example, and now we will use dependency injection. Sorry, we use Maven. Now we are starting the Maven, and uh, in further classes, we use only Maven, and we will develop the all application in Maven.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah. So I have one question. So, Spring and Batch is different thing, or it's the same thing?
one minute,
Batch.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay.
Hello,
Yeah, hello.
Yes, yes, it's okay. Yes. What are you saying?
So I was asking like Spring and Batch. It's the same thing or different thing?
Spring or
A batch. What is batch? It's a Spring batch. I heard that Spring batch or batch. It's the same thing. It's
I don't know about the batch. What are you saying? Spring is a framework, but
okay.
batch,
Mm-hmm. Sometimes some people they in Java whenever they are using Java, so they use I mean like batch. No idea. I mean, might be my
bash,
question is yeah.
bash, bash is a shell.
Share.
Currently, I'm using Windows. Okay, but if you are using
No.
Linux, so you can use bash shell script.
Mm,
And the bash. What is the spelling of bash? What you say? Bash.
BATCH. No, not bash. It's a batch. BATCH.
Batch.
Uh huh. Like sometime we are not using web server, we are using batch. I mean any server.
No, I don't think we can execute
No.
any program without server. uh, any web application. We can't execute without batch, without server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't know.
Batch
Maybe
is
my
a
question is
batch processing is also performed by in DOS, but it have not need of server. But there is a console application. If you want to develop console application, then you can create batch file. But we are going to develop a web application. Without server, it's not possible.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean they said we are not using any server, we are using like batch. So
No.
I know, right?
Without server, we can't execute any web application because web application have dynamic pages and
Hmm.
the server does not provide us dynamic pages. It only provides us static pages.
Okay, without server.
Yes. Without server, we can't. If you are using Spring Boot, Spring or anything, without
Mm-hmm.
Spring Boot provided inbuilt server.
Oh,
We have not to add the server in application. Spring Boot provides us inbuilt server with your application. Without server, it's not possible.
mhm.
Okay, now we are going to create a yes. First of all, we will start core Spring. After that, we will create a Spring MVC application. Okay, so click on file, then click on new, then click on here. You will get a Maven project option. Click on Maven. Here, you will get this dialog box. Click on next. Okay, here all catalog, please click here. Here you will get internal. Click on internal. Okay, here you will get quick sort. Please click on quick sort. If you want to create a desktop application, core application. So we use quick sort. If you want to develop a web application, so we will use web app. Okay, so currently we are going to create use for Spring. So click on quick. Start, click on next. And here you can specify the group ID. Group ID means package name. Like here, com dot group. Okay, and here we can name of Spring program. Suppose this, okay. And then click on finish. And at the time of using, at the time of creating the project of your Spring, must be check your net uh, working properly. Okay, so it will download the required jar file. Maven, your Maven download the required jar file from internet automatically. So here is Spring Pro 1. This is a project Spring Pro 1. This is structure. Here this is a package name. This is app.java. Implicitly provide us Spring. We have not need to write this. Okay. This is the main method. So Java provide Spring provide us a main class like app. And suppose we are going to create another class like birthday. That class is suppose here. Dot model, and here declare birthday and click on finish. Okay. So now we are going to create same thing here. Okay. Suppose we want to get the object of this class and Spring provides the object of this class. If you want to execute it, first of all, add the dependency of Spring. This is a pom.xml file. Okay, that is a your main file. It contains the all information about your application, like group ID, means package name, project name, version, jar files. Here we are using Maven, and this is a collection of dependencies. Here is a tag dependencies. It will we will save the all dependencies within the this dependencies tag. And this dependency tag you can see here the JUnit dependencies already exist here. So this will provide us the dependency of JUnit. Okay, but suppose we want to use Spring. So please open your web browser and open this website, Maven repository. And suppose we want to work on Spring variables. If you will add the Spring variables, we have not need to other dependencies. Okay, in code. So please click on search. Okay, here you will get the Spring Web MVC. Click on Spring Web MVC. Okay, and there is a different version of Spring. You can use any one as you like. Okay, but I mostly use 5.3.3. 5.3.3, yes, because mostly members use here 5.3 is 4.4.1. Okay, so you can click on this. Click on this. These are dependencies. Click on this, it's automatically copied. Copy to clipboard. Only open your pom.xml and paste here. You can see this. Save this file. Okay, you can see here building 95. So the Maven automatically download the jar file of Spring Framework. And here, no. Now we want to execute this wish method. So we have need the object of this class. Okay. So for this purpose, actually Spring provides us. So how to Spring provide us the object of any model class? So for this purpose, we will create a XML file. XML file, click on the XML. Next, here you can specify a name, like suppose application. Okay, click on next and finish. Okay, this is XML, just like as a HTML, extendable markup language. It is the extension of HTML. It's also working on the basis of tags. Okay, but the main difference is that we can also it can also hold the some information. Okay, second thing, we can use user-defined tags also here. In HTML, have only predefined tags, but here we can create tags, different tags as per our requirement. So here you will get another tag, and I think you see in Servlet, we have web.xml that have different tags. Hibernate have different tags, and all programming tools have if you are using Android mostly working on the basis of XML file, and they have different tags, different multiple tags. So actually here we use user-defined tags. Okay, so how to execute the user-defined tags? So for this purpose, we have need the schema of that tags. Means schema contain the program of that tags. So that tags will execute with the help of that schema. If that schema is not present, so we cannot execute that tags. Okay. So for this purpose, we are going to create, we want to get the object of any model class. So I think I have dependencies of schema. Searching the schema. SQL. So we can use this dependency and paste here. Okay. The root tag is beans. So we can close this tag. Okay. And this tag also contain multiple bean tag. So suppose we want to get the object of this class. Okay. Please select this, click right mouse button, and here we will get option copied qualifier name. Please click on this option. After that, open this application file and use bean tag. Here we can specify any ID, like suppose info, and we can declare the class here. This is a class. Only this. Okay, we have declared this class. After that, string. Get the information about this class from here and create the object of this class. Okay, so how to get the object of this class? For this purpose, Spring provide us a interface name is application context. Okay, this is the interface. It's work like as a IOC. Okay, and here we can This context is equal to new class path XML application context. Okay. And here we declare the name of XML file, application.xml. That is the name of XML file. Okay. And here, this application context, actually we have two IOC container, Bean Factory and I application context, and both are interfaces. But application context is child of Bean Factory. So we use application context. We can perform each and every operation with the help of application context. We have not need to any other class. Okay, any interface. So this is the interface. It works like as a IOC, and this is a reference of application context. And new is a keyword, and class path XML application context is the implemented class of application context. Okay, here now we want to get the object of that class one. Yes. Okay, that is a get. Oh, 1 minute. The method name is get beans. Okay, and get beans, we declare here ID. I have already declared an XML file ID, and class name is birthday dot class. Okay, so with the help of get beans method, we can get the object of birthday class. Info is already declared here. The ID of this class is info. Okay, so here we are calling this method. So it will return the object of birthday class. So we can save that birthday object in a reference of birthday class. Okay. Now import this. We can call command dot wish. Okay. So it will return the object of birthday class. We can save that object in the reference of birthday class. After that, we can call the wish method. Now I'm going to execute this. You can see the happy birthday. So in Spring, we have not need to use new keyword for object of any big class. Spring provides us the object of that particular class. Suppose we have another class, like as a big file, like as a Pojo file. I'm going to use like imply, and this imply have private int emp id, private string emp name. Okay, and suppose we want to create a constructor to set the values of these two properties. So click on source, and here we will get generate constructor using field. Click here. Okay, and click on generate. Is it constructor of this class? With the help of this constructor, we can set the values of initialize the value of employee ID, employee name. If you want to get the values, so we can create the getter method. Okay, like here. Suppose we have need a getter method. So select getter and generate. Okay. So with the help of this constructor, we can set the value of employee ID, employee name, and with the getter method, we can get the value of these properties. Okay. So if you want to get the object of this class, so must be declare in XML file. So click right mouse button, click on copy qualified name, and here in application, we use another bin tag. Okay, ID is equal to emp class is equal to that class name. After that, emp here we can add the properties of this property. We have need to values of the employee ID, employee name. Okay, because that class have two properties. But we are using constructor to set the values of that properties. So for this purpose, we have a tag name is computer auth. Okay, with the help of we can set the values. So here value is equal to that is a first is the integer type values. So here declare the type is equal to int. Okay, after that, this is the first parameter of argument constructor, and the second is value is equal to okay, and it take by default string. We have not to declare the type of Sanjay. Okay, so here I have declared the information about the implied bin file. So suppose we want to get, we have need to object of imply class. Again, open use app.java. Here, uh, context dot get bin specify here id is that and apply dot class, and we can save the object the reference of imply class. Okay, after that we want to get the values, so e dot, so we can print it imply id, so plus e dot get imply id imply name e dot sorry get imply name. Okay, now we can execute this. Okay, so we will give the each and everything to a string like what is the name of class, what is the package of that class, what is the value of the properties. It will set the all values and create the object and inject the inject these values in the object. We have not to set any values or create the object. Okay, suppose we have another class like student. Okay, and this class have role, private, string, test name. Okay, and suppose we want to set the value of these properties. So now we are going to use setter method at the place of constructor. Okay, so generate the setter getter method. With the help of setter method, we can set the values of these properties, and to the getter method, we can get the values of these properties. Okay, so if we want to set the value and get the value, first of all, we have need of object of this class. So we can declare the information of this class in the qualified name. And here we use another bean. ID is equal to and class is equal to, and this class have two properties, and we are using setter method to set the values. So for this purpose, bean provides us a method tag that is a property. So here we can declare here like empid, and the value is 102. Okay, and second properties, sorry, role is the property name is role. So and second property name is s name, and we can set the value like here. Okay, save this file. Now, to suppose we want to object of this class, again open app.java, and here with the help of this context dot get beans, and this is the idea of student class, student class. It will return the object of student class, and we can save the object, the reference of student class. After that, we can print the values of this class like roll number plus dot get roll, same as we can print student name plus get s name. Okay, now we can execute this. Okay, so if we want to set the values, because I use constructor or setter method. If you use say constructor, so we have a tag constructor R. We will use that that tag. If we are using setter method, so we will use property tag to set the values of or initialize the value of properties. Okay, same
So for
as
setter method,
property, this property. My screen is
no, no,
visible.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying in line number 10. So when we are using setter method, we are using constructor, and for getter for line number 15, we are using for
Here, this is the class.
this is
This is
mhm,
class name imply. And imply we use a constructor.
constructor.
Okay. So here I have
Mhm.
declared constructor R.
Okay.
It is second is a student class.
Mhm.
In student class, we use setter method.
Setter
So
method.
I declare here property tag.
Property tag. Okay. Get. Okay. Constructor and setter method. Okay. Thank you.
But suppose we have another class. So I think okay. So we have not need to create the object of any class. We have not to put the values of the sub in any class. We can do this. No problem. We have object. We can put the value. But uh, Spring also provide us a facility. We have declared here, and it will insert the value in the object. Okay. And if you want to perform aggregation. So it also provide this facility. Spring also provide this facility also. Like here, suppose we have another class. The class name is address. Okay. So click on the finish and declare here. Suppose this class have private int s flat number private string colony. Okay,
Zip code.
private string city. Okay, so now we can generate the setter getter method of these properties. Okay, and we want to access this class. We can declare in suppose student class. So here we can declare here private address, and now we can generate the setter getter method of address. Okay. Now, suppose we have an address class. So again, we are going to declare this class in application context. Okay. So in ID is equal to suppose ADR class is equal to this is the class, and here we use properties. Actually, we are using setter method, so we use property like flag number, like value is equal to properties colony value is equal to okay, city value to Noida. Save this. Okay, and now we want to print the value of flat number colony this, and we have declared the difference of address in student. Okay, and we have already object of student class. Okay, so here we can print the flat number. So stu dot get address dot get flat number. Okay, colony plus stu dot get address dot get colony. City get address dot get city. Now, again, we are going to execute this program. Error, canceling, exception, encounter, ADR, defining class path, application dot initialize. Why this is very info property have number. Oh, sorry, it's my mistake. Actually, this is the integer type. So we can pass only the integer values. Okay. Now going to execute this. Okay. Apply and address. Problem with address. Null pointer exception. Exception in thread. Main java.lang dot null pointer exception. We are not getting the object of this class. So actually here in class, say class, there is a class, sorry. Here we have the object of this class. And in this student have another, I've declared here is a student class, and there is another property address, and there I have not declared this property in application.xml. So please declare here properties. Name is a address, but it's the address of not a values. Okay, so we use reference, and we have reference ADR. Okay, so with the help of ADR, we will get the object of address class, and then we can get the values. Click here and execute this program. Okay, so this is the birthday class, this is the employee class, this is the execution of the student class, and this is the properties of address class. Okay, so here we have not need to object, create the object of any class. Spring provides us the object of all classes. Only we will declare that class in application.xml file, and in application.xml file, if we are using constructor, so here we use constructor arg tag. If we are using setter method, so we use property tag. And with the help of ID, we can get the object that particular class, and we can perform each and every operation and that class. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
Any
Okay.
doubt? Any queries?
No. So when we are using setter method, and we can say like getter setter method, right?
Yes, yes. No, no. Actually, DI support. Getter is different. If you want to get the value, then we use getter method. But if you want to set the value, so we have two options. We can use constructor, we can use setter method. If you are using constructor, so we use constructor, or if you are using setter method, so we use property tag. Okay. Any
Okay.
confusion? What is the confusion? Hello.
So if we want to set the value, we will use a setter method, and
Yes.
if for constructor,
We will create constructor.
we have
Yes,
constructor
this is a
for.
constructor. Constructor or
Okay.
if you say you set your method, then property, constructor, then constructor or.
So okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any doubt, any queries?
Mm,
Okay, I think this is enough for today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm sharing these examples. Please check
Yes,
it.
please.
If you have any doubt, any queries, you can share.
Sure. Thank you.
Most welcome.
It was really nice today.
Uh,
Session.
okay,
Session was too.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Means that you have learned new things.
Yes, for me it's new Java. I have zero idea, but it's the setter getter method. I heard. I mean, whenever I'm just watching some videos and all, but now I get it. Whenever they are
Okay.
using property tag and all,
Yes, yes,
constructor,
yes. Excellent.
so I can say.
Actually, it's also is a
Mhm.
favorite question of it interviewer. When we will use
Mm,
constructor and when we will use a property tag. So
mm.
must we remember this. That's the basic
Mhm.
of Spring and totally
Okay.
works Spring on the basis of these values.
Mhm.
Okay, so today's project name is Spring, I think. Spring Program.
That's great.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Most welcome. And Jyoti, Rohit,
Mhm. Yes.
it's okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
okay, okay, most welcome.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
bye, bye. Yes. Yes. Sharing. Okay. And